Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening Show with your host Ram this on a Sunday. Well, on this particular Cricket Happening Show, what I'm really going to look at is the 4 days play between Pakistan and Sri Lanka, where Pakistan yesterday, as you would know, they were very well placed at 171 for 2, 6 runs in arrears. I said there was a lot of batting to come, but I have to tell you that Pakistan from 171 for 2, they collapsed to 329 all out, thus setting Sri Lanka because rain came and interrupted play. The play was called off, and now the final day happens to be a day where one would see whether Sri Lanka would level the series because they required only 153 runs to win the match on the final day. Now, because Pakistan were all out for 329. Now, as far as Sri Lanka is concerned, it would be interesting because one has to wait and see how the pitch behaves, because we have seen that the pitch at the Pisara Stadium in Colombo has not been very consistent. It has not been predictable. It has been a bit inconsistent. So I think there could be a good battle between bat and ball on the final day at the Pisara Stadium here in Colombo. And well, it would be interesting to see how the Pakistani spinners use the last day, and it would also be interesting to see how the Sri Lankan batsmen try to play them around. So it would be, I think it's going to be an interesting day's play. In fact, it is going to be fascinating, I would say, because I think there could be a battle between bat and ball on the final day. Well, as far as Pakistan were concerned, just giving you a third day on the 4 days report here. It all started with them. They were starting at their overnight score of 171 for 2 with Yunus Khan and Azhar Ali in the middle, and the score moved on a bit steadily on to the 200 mark. And when the score reached 202, we saw that it was Angelo Matthews who got the edge of Yunus Khan's bat, as Yunus Khan was caught behind by Dinesh Chandimal for 40 with 4 boundaries. That made it 202 for 3, and then Misbah-ul-Haq came in and joined Azhar Ali. Azhar Ali, well, he was really playing the way he normally does, of trying to stay at the wicket as much as possible, as Misbah-ul-Haq joined him. Now, Misbah-ul-Haq was also trying to see what he could do. He was really, I would say, settling in, settling in a brief manner, but all that brief innings of Misbah-ul-Haq, when he had made 22 with 2 boundaries, ended with Damika Prasad, who was really making the ball talk at one end, picked up the wicket of Misbah-ul-Haq by trapping him LBW for 22. That made the score 234 for 4, and Azhar Ali was watching it at the other end. And then we saw Asad Shafiq, who was the next one to go, when he tried to flick a delivery. Now, Dushman Chamira forced Asad Shafiq to actually go and flick a delivery, and while flicking, he did not get the middle of the bat. The ball took the edge, and Chandimal took the resultant edge, with Asad Shafiq walking back to the pavilion, out for 27 with 3 boundaries. Sarfraz Ahmed came in and joined, and Azhar Ali at the other end, but Sarfraz Ahmed couldn't really get to the same attacking mode that he did in the first test, as this time Damika Prasad, as I said, was bowling in the right areas. He had Sarfraz Ahmed caught behind for 16, and that really made things tough for Pakistan, as the score read 301 for 6. Yasir Shah was completely yoked by Damika Prasad for naught. That made it 303 for 7. And then Azhar Ali decided, when Zulfikar Babar came into the crease, that there is no need pottering around, but in doing so, Azhar Ali had to sacrifice his wicket, because he thought that it is good to gather some runs pretty quickly, because before the 9, 10 and 11 batsmen were there at the crease. So basically he had to see to it that Pakistan get enough runs on the board. So Azhar Ali decided to chance his arm against Rangana Herath, the left-arm spinner, but left-arm spinner Rangana Herath fooled him, and Azhar Ali was stranded outside the crease as Dinesh Chandimal did a smart piece of work by whipping off the bails in a flash, and Azhar Ali, after making, but not before making his 9th Test century and his 5th overall against Sri Lanka. What a record he is having against Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka happens to be something that he really loves, Sri Lanka. This was his 5th century against Sri Lanka and 9th overall in Test matches, as he was stumped by Chandimal off the bowling of Rangana Ahir for 117 with 6 boundaries, and then Dushmanta Chamira cleaned up the tail by getting Junaid Khan caught behind for 3, and Wahab Riaz was LBW bowled Chamira for 6. Zulfikar Babar was not out on 7. Pakistan's innings came to an end at 329. 329 all out Pakistan, thus setting Sri Lanka a target of 153 runs to 52 runs on the morrow to win the match because rain stopped play. As far as the bowling was concerned, Damika Prasad, I thought, was the pick of the bowlers. 29.3 overs, 3 maidens, 92 runs and 4 wickets, and Angelo Matthews 11 overs, 5 maidens, 2 for 15. But Dushmanta Chamira was impressive. He continued to be impressive with his quite pacey bowling, and on his debut, I would say he would be happy with his performance as he bowled 18.5 overs, 1 maiden, 53 runs and 3 wickets, and Rangana had 34 overs, 7 maidens, 1 for 89. Tarindu Kaushal 25 overs, 3 maidens, none for 76, remaining wicketless this time in the second innings. After taking 6 wickets in the first innings, he remained wicketless. But nevertheless, as I said, and fascinating day's play coming up because Sri Lanka have their best chance to level the series tomorrow, 153 to 52 runs to win the match. And as I said, it is going to be a very exciting battle between bat and ball, but also because right now it's very difficult to say anything because, as I said, all these 4 days what we have seen is that there has been the vagaries of the pitch. The pitch has not been behaving in a consistent manner. One day we saw there was a lot of turn, and then we saw that the bounce got reduced. The turn was a bit less, but on the final day, normally one would anticipate or reckon that the pitch would have a lot of footmarks and the ball could really turn out of the rough. So it would be an interesting session coming up as far as the final day's play is concerned in this second Test match, where Sri Lanka would be trying to level the series 1-1. Well, so that is as far as that is concerned. Now, other than that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at some cricket news here before I conclude this cricket happening show today. This on a Sunday. The cricket happening, as far as the cricket news is concerned, one news that I can tell you, which is sad as far as international cricket is concerned, the United States Cricket Association was the associate nation who have been suspended by the ICC. Now that is something which is pretty sad because we know that cricket is something that we want a lot of countries to. And I thought United States had a new management and things were going on, and suddenly the news comes in that ICC has suspended the United States Cricket Association from international cricket, and that's pretty sad. But well, they had their own reasons, which I'm not going to go into. You can go into the articles and see why exactly that happened. And then the other news that I have to share with you is that Zimbabwe is going to host a tri-series which is going to happen in August 2015, and West Indies have confirmed their position. West Indies have confirmed that they would be touring Zimbabwe, and also Pakistan is going to come. So that's going to be an exciting series in Zimbabwe. West Indies, Zimbabwe and Pakistan. And we all know that Bangladesh have qualified for the Champions Trophy by getting a win against India, and now it is going to be the touring team which is going to be under pressure because West Indies and Pakistan will be contesting for that Champions Trophy spot. So it's going to be an interesting scenario which is going to happen when the tri-series kicks off in Zimbabwe in August 2015. Now, the other news before I leave, as I said, before I conclude this cricket happening show, I'm trying to see whether I have anything else to share. I don't think there is anything else to share other than this. I hope you all liked my cricket broadcast today. Pretty short, but nevertheless, that is what it is. So as you know, it's all about cricket. So, but I'm sure I dwelt enough on cricket today. And thanks for your continued company and cooperation to the cricket show. Your host Ram is about to take leave for this on a Sunday, and promising you that your cricket happening show will be up tomorrow. That's on a Monday, and definitely, even though international matches won't be played, we know that your host Ram is always there to entertain you on this cricket happening show. Well, dear fans and subscribers, that concludes this cricket happening show of mine this on a Sunday, and hope to see you all tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye from your host Ram. Thank you.